I have no doubt that we have the technology, the car and the crew to become the first Australian to hold a world land speed record. It's a labour of love for everybody. We can't afford to have a dedicated factory somewhere. We've started this thing, every single part of this that you see has been built in this shed. We've got a team of guys that come around once a week. Every Tuesday night we have a work night. We usually have dinner on the back veranda and have a bit of a chit-chat and talk about work and bullshit about how good we're going to be and all the rest of it. But realistically, those guys have been with me right the way through. Some of them have been with me from when I used to drag race. They're all volunteers, there's not a paid person there. They've taken on the passion as much as I've had it. This is a genuine motor car, as I call them. It is wheel driven, it's not reliant on thrust. It's a streamliner. They call them a streamliner under the international rules. I want to be involved in the technology of the wheel-driven thing because people relate to wheel-driven. It's not an aeroplane without wings. It's a car. I have a strong background in racing, motorcar racing, and we've had quite an experience in top fuel racing, drag racing. And also my background in the Air Force. I had 17 years in the Air Force. And my last posting was actually with the Aircraft Research and Development Unit in Adelaide, so I had a lot of R&D work with Mirages and F-111s and those sorts of airplanes. Initially we were going to Lake Gairdner in South Australia. The salt is very good. Some of the Americans actually say it's the best in the world. It's better than Bonneville in a lot of aspects. So we'll be going for the 3-litre world record to start with, 350 mile an hour. At that point we'll go to the next engine, which is a T55 turbine out of a helicopter. Still shaft driven, so we're still complying with the wheel driven requirements. And in doing that, we'll then go for the 403 Australian wheel driven record, which is Donald Campbell's old record. That's the next box to tick. And then we hope to go to Bonneville, of course. And then the outright wheel driven record, which is 458 mile an hour. When I was 10 years of age, Donald Campbell brought his boat to my hometown, which is Barmer in South Australia. And he was attempting the world water speed record at that time. The speed and the sound and just the whole atmosphere of the whole thing really made a huge impression on me. And I got their autographs as a 10-year-old kid, of course, you know, got to get that. No, he was a very nice man and yeah, I admire him completely, absolutely.
Helping Trevor to achieve a world record.
Will he do it?
Bloody oath he will.
Yeah, there'll be a few tears. He's a big lad, but he's not too big for a cuddle, so...
Well, we'll go like a rocket, I'd say. Looks like a rocket.
He's a sweetie and it's going to go like an absolute rocket.
It's going to be amazing, I think. I really do.
Oh, a beast. It's a beast some days, but it's the other woman on other days.
Bloody unbelievable because this, as you can see, it's built in a shed in a backyard.
You know, the car's a world beater. There's no two ways about it.
There's a part of me that's scared, and I think anything like this, if there's not an element of, you know, being a little bit worrying about it, it'd be foolish because it is a lethal weapon.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely be very proud of him.
I look at different parts of the car and go, yes, I've helped him do that part. So from that perspective, you know that there's a part of me there on the ride with him.
I've been fortunate enough to go to Bonneville with Dad, actually did a boys trip, and it's just something you never forget.
And you think, Sir Malcolm Campbell, George Ailton, Breedlove, Arfons, you name it. Everyone has stepped off from this point to go and break the world record. And you're sort of standing there and you're sort of looking down at the salt. I had hairs on the back of my neck, was standing up. And I didn't declare it to the wife, but a tear was welling up in the corner. She said, "What's the matter with you?" Nothing wrong there. You know, you're standing on a point of history, and I want to be part of that history. You know, I want, you know, my grandson or granddaughter to stand on that point and say, well, Grandpa left from here, and so did all those other famous people that broke world land speed records.